Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Moskowitz, and I help superhero entrepreneurs get a new superpower, and that is sales. Sales is the lifeblood of any company. Without sales, you cannot have profits. Without profits, you cannot make the investments in your business so that you can grow and serve the people that we want to serve. And I help entrepreneurs sell with love, integrity, and gratitude. And what I wanted to, and as part of this series that I've been putting together, is teaching you how to use gratitude to double your sales in the next 30 days and end the year strong. And last week I told you a little bit about how I discovered using gratitude in my very first sales job. If you haven't listened to that one, you can go back and listen to it now. We'll put a link to it here in this blog or below this video. And now today what I wanted to do is to talk a little bit about how to place your prospects into a gratitude state and talk a little bit more about value first thinking, how to actually present value in what you do within the sales process, because the sales process itself is the only thing that you can truly control. You cannot control when a prospect seeks you out, but you can influence it through marketing and social media means. You can't control when a prospect says yes, but you can certainly make it easy for them to say yes and have a positive process that goes around it. And you can't control what market conditions happen, and you can't control your competition, but you can prepare for it and you can insulate against it. But the only thing you can truly control is the sales process itself. So why not make it a positive one? Why not have a positive way of being able to engage your prospects and always leaving them better than when you found them, all through your own sales process? So giving out value first was an epiphany for me. It was a game-changing moment in my first sales job when I was able to go from $300,000 to $1.4 million in sales in 1 year just by giving out value first. So what I wanted to do is show you some examples of how that might work and how that might manifest. So for me, I actually set up phone calls with folks to teach them how to dial in this methodology that I'm going to teach you next week. It's one of the calls to action for me is you can come onto a call with me and actually help you do something that's going to help you double your sales in 30 days. And I give that away complimentary. It's just a little element of my total teachings of taking my 16 years of B2B sales experience and how I teach within my Superhero Sales Academy, my Superhero Sales Academy Bootcamp, how I take all that knowledge, that's all there, but I take an element out, which is this methodology, which I call the offer to serve. And I teach that to people and I help them dial it in. And I send them out into the universe to use it. And at the end of that, they come back to me and they want to work with me. Now, for others, it can manifest in teaching them a new way of thinking about something. Or if, let's say, for example, you do websites. Let's say you sell websites for a living. Now, if the thing you want to do is build a website, you can go around and say, hey, do you need a new website? You need a website? You need a website? Or you can change the conversation and say, listen, I help people build a lot of websites. And I see a gap of a lot of things that people are not doing online with their websites that could really actually generate some more money. Would you be interested in letting me conduct a gap analysis to figure out the things that you should be doing? And I'll give you a list of the top 5 things that I think you should do. And I'm going to tell you how to completely do one fully. All you need to do is have a quick 30-minute meeting with me. What do you say? Now that changes the conversation to giving out value. What allows that to happen is putting people into a gratitude state, because when they go and do the thing that you know is going to make a difference in their business, and you come back to them and say, how'd it go? And it worked for them, they're in a moment of gratitude. And in that moment, you could ask for them to come on a journey with you, meaning work with you. You could ask them for things like referrals. You could ask them for feedback. You could ask them about what the next thing you could help them with. And there's so many possibilities that happen when you put people into a gratitude state. There are love coaches I know that go in and find that one thing that's holding them back initially. There's more things going on psychologically speaking, but what is the one little tweak they could make today that would allow them to go out into the universe and actually help them take a step towards being ready to receive and find that mate? There's a mom coach I know. She helps mothers kill the chaos. Kill that chaos so they can the moms can spend the 18 summers they have with their kids in a beautiful state. She solves one little problem for them. Give them a system, a tactic that they can leverage. And at the end of that, they feel gratitude. They feel like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. And in that gratitude state, she asks them to either give me some referrals or come on this journey with me that I want to help you with in my program. So putting people into a gratitude state is simply about helping them first. So the sales conversation changes. It's not about trying to figure out what it is that that is their biggest problem, sticking a dagger into it, twisting it to amplify it so that they only see working with you. It's about actually doing something to help people, leaving them better than when we found them, actually helping them in some way, not the full transformation. If, let's say, working with you is a full spectrum, all I'm saying is you move it a tick. You just help them enough to activate a gratitude state. And that's going to manifest differently for everybody. And this is why part of what I do is once I've taught you this fully and you've gotten a moment to maybe download one of my help guides around this and worked on it a little bit, you can place a call with me and I'm going to help you actually dial this in. I can't wait to be able to make that offer, to give that offer out to you guys after my next lesson next week, as when we're going to actually talk about the offer to serve. The way that the methodology, the systematic way that you can both activate gratitude, put people into a gratitude state, and then be able to be in a position to have amazing growth in your business. I want to teach that methodology to you in its entirety. And I'm going to do that next week for you. In the meantime, I want you to think about what is that value? I know I gave that to you last week as well, but now as I start to give you some examples, I want you to start to further dial in what could be the very specific thing that you teach, the very specific set of actions that you can tell people to do, that if they do that, they will get a result, and that result will activate them into a gratitude state. So think about what it is that you can do: an exercise, a set of tactics, an analysis, a training. What can you do? Just think about that for next week. All right. Thanks so much for joining me here. Thanks so much for taking a listen to this video, reading up on the support materials, and I look forward to having you come back next week. Thank you.